Pete Boots, low-key stream. Got out of a late meeting.
In at the Philadelphia line, and the Canes will get fresh legs. There's Emile Andre ahead to Couturier. Couturier looking for Luke Glendening.
Hi people, just got out of a meeting.
But Carolina trying to catch the Flyers.
Low-key stream. I want to see. They're down 2-0. Flyers are. When they get if they get 2 points, 2 points in their last 2 games, they can get in. Islanders are out. Red Wings are out. Nadeau and Ehlers. The Hurricanes are resting people. They're regular. Aho is out. Jordan Stahl's out.
Give it up, get it back to Hall in front, and oh, what a save.
And they're down.
Not sure if Ladar got that or not. Jackson Blake.
So we're gonna see what this team is made of. Because when the lights are the brightest, that's when this team seems to fall apart. They've lost to the Red Wings a couple times when they had chances to close the distance. They just spanked the Jets on Saturday.
Some sort of energy, some sort of spark. Get things going in the offensive zone.
And they're down 2-0.
6 guys with
you believe that?
points or more this year. 4 of them are being rested. Turnover in behind the Carolina net. The Flyers unable to jam on short side. Here's Denver Parkey again. His centering pass over to Michkov with a shot.
Michkov scores. There it is. I wish I could see the fucking stream, but this website's being moronic.
The Flyers on the board.
Well, Tim, big players come to play in big games. Matvei Michkov, this entire push has elevated his game. You can't ignore it. He's starting to shoot that puck. He's starting to make plays. He's playing with passion. And this is a nice goal on a great setup from Denver Parkey. A far east-west pass.
Why is nothing working? Yo.
Michkov picks it up.
I'm trying to see the fucking goal.
Hits that far post. Great shot.
Why is it frozen?
3 goals the last 6 games. Matvei Michkov starting to shoot the puck more. And he's proving to be a weapon.
What the fuck is happening?
The Flyers home crowd is back in this. Flyers
Thank you.
Within a goal.
I just wanted to watch the stream. That's it.
In after it is Owen Tippett put a shoulder into a man. Martino couldn't clear. And now the Flyers are pressuring the Canes in deep in the Carolina end.
Save from Vladar. That was nice.
Listen to this building.
He had 9 shots and had 2 goals. Michkov, far side. Oh my god, the goalie was slipping and sliding. Huge goal for Mich and the team. Great pass from Barkey, I think it was. Oh my god, the goalie slid.
Forster, check. Seacrest trying to drag that puck free. His helmet knocked off. We got a penalty coming up, I think, on Carolina.
Yes. 19 goals for Mich. Okay, so if he had come to camp in shape, he could have tore it up even further. 20 goals ain't nothing to sneeze at, especially for a guy who came out of shape.
The fans are bringing it. All they needed to do is get that goal.
It's a hook, yeah, it's a hook.
All right, we're at the top of the ice. When we come back, it'll be a Flyer power play down 2-1 in the second on the Philadelphia Flyers Broadcast Network.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
The NBA playoffs are right around the corner, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in live market. No house, no odds makers. And as the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code ACTION to get $10 off when you trade $10. That's code ACTION. K-A-L-S-H-I. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Philadelphia Flyers hockey on the Flyers Broadcast Network.
Get ready for the push for the playoffs and shop the latest Flyers gear, including Jerseys, hoodies, hats, tees, and more only at shop.outfitters.com.
Well, if ever there is a home crowd advantage, it's this late in the year and in the playoffs in Philadelphia. And boy, after what was a quiet first period, this building is anything but now. Matvei Michkov's got him within a goal, and here comes the Flyers power play. Walker, the former Flyer, puts the Flyers on their first Pico power play. It's Dvorak with Michkov, Konecny, Ristolainen, and Tippett. On the draw, they get it to Risto. Out to Tippett. Piece of the right circle at the hash mark. Matvei Michkov pushed out by the line. Flipped into the corner. Dvorak curls into the circle. Played it back up top. Ristolainen looking for Konecny. He's got to settle a bouncing puck. Jams it in on the end wall. Played over to the near half boards. Michkov to the line. They get it back to Dvorak on the half boards. Now Michkov jumps into the middle. Looking at the net. Took the shot. That was blocked. Breaking his stick on the play. The Canes unable to get it out. That was Keandre Miller. Michkov pushed to center, but it's kept into the line. Tippett down low. Gets it back. Tippett with a shot and a save by Bussy. Tippett regains control. Gets it back to Rasmus Ristolainen. Michkov broken stick on the ice in the high slot. Konecny's going to try to clean house, get that out of there. Dvorak into the middle in the goal mouth. It covered up by Bussy as Owen Tippett had the chance right in front.
Well, a series of plays towards the net, and Bussy comes up with a nice save. I think this one actually ends up in his glove on the pass across, but some good looks there. Carolina got away with one, getting that broken stick play out there. Nice play by Michkov on that blue line. He was on his knees right along the blue line with the puck and was able to keep it in play.
Yet despite his 48-point season now, some would call this secondary, this sophomore year for Michkov, a half a step back. I don't think the Flyers would necessarily agree, but boy, he's got a chance to elevate here at the most important time of the year, and he seems to be doing it. Rolled in behind the net, right corner. Zegras is there with Cates. Cates picks it up and stuffs it in behind the goal. Martone over to the far wall. Forster back middle point. Drysdale for Zegras. Back to Jamie Drysdale on the line. Into the high slot. Bat into the right circle. Zegras plays it back to Drysdale, and he misses Porter Martone. It jumped over his stick in the corner. The Canes gain control, and they're cleared down. Porter Martone unable to handle that pass cleanly.
Came quick to him from Drysdale at the point.
Drysdale will drop it inside his own blue line. Flyers with 25 seconds left in the man advantage. Zegras hits the line, right wing pass, Martone. Bumped, he got it down the wall. Controlled by Cates. Cates will stuff it in behind the goal. Left corner for Forster. Forster side of the net. Back across in front. Zegras shoots. Oh, he hit the goal post. That stayed out. No, it's in.
In, Zegras. Zegras.
On the power play. Trevor Zegras.
There it is. I'm just listening. I'm listening intently to the. I'm watching the stream, but I also have the radio broadcast in my ears. So the broadcast, the radio broadcast is slightly ahead of the stream.
Gets his puck on a broken pass here. It's not
There it is. Come on, the good luck charm, Kaiser Soze. Good luck charm. We're on 2-0 now. It's tied. They got Bussy in the net. Bussy's hurting for a squirting. Let's go.
Off the back of the post and in.
And Porter Martone makes the goal mouth pass to Trevor Zegras on the
Oh my God, Zegras is all alone.
Adds to his point total in just his second
Martone with the heads-up play for that cross creaser. Let's go. Come on, boys. We didn't get in. We didn't get in.
Should be his 10th power play goal of the year, and this is where your key players, your best players, have got to be that, and they have been tonight.
Yeah, that's a big goal for Zegras. What a tremendous addition to the Philadelphia Flyers.
We get a timeout on the ice. 2-2 the score in the second on the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh my God, what a 5-hole. What a heads-up play.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week. Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan, 6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how is Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
Dear winter, Toyota can't get enough of you. Because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. And that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
FW Webb for plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, pipe, valves, fittings, and more. FW Webb supports all customers from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Webb has what you need when and where you need it. With extensive inventory, personalized service, over 100 locations, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast. Visit FWWeb.com for a location near you.
Philadelphia Flyers hockey on the Flyers Broadcast Network.
Calling all camps, Hooked on Hockey makes its return this season, introducing kids hockey in a fun, beginner-friendly way. For more information on how to get hooked on hockey at your camp, visit PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
They gave up 2 goals in the first period. That took the crowd out of the game. That's what the Flyers had to their advantage tonight, playing a must-have playoff clinching game at home. Well, now the home crowd is very much alive. Flyers have scored twice. Michkov's 19th, Zegras is 26th on the power play, and Philadelphia has tied the score. Carolina turns it over just inside the Flyer line. Flyers give it right back to him. Rolled in behind the net. Zegras set up by Martone, who's got 8 points now in 8 NHL games. Forster, the other assist, along with Martone, on the power play goal by Trevor Zegras. And I'm not sure Zegras even recognized it was in immediately.
No,
it came out as fast as it went in.
He celebrated when he seen the ref's arm signaling goal.
The people that were sitting behind the net were about the only ones that knew for sure it was in. Here's Nick Ehlers. He's got a couple of points for Carolina. Back to the line. Walker's shot swallowed up by Dan Vladar. And Vladar's got
I bet the Xbox was rocking at the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Yeah, there's nothing off in his game tonight. He's keeping things in front of him. Great reads again. That's one of his
strengths. Hockey could be back, man. They win tonight.
Well, what a tremendous season he's had for the Flyers.
You know, Porter Martone has become the 5th Flyers teenager since 1993 with points in 5 consecutive games.
Yeah, one day we're going to talk about this start for Porter Martone. It is a special one.
School job. I think I want to buy.
Flyers control the draw in their own zone. They got to keep building on it. Konechny dropped it back. Here's Dvorak hitting the line.
Can't concede another goal. You got to score the next one.
To him in the corner, back up top. Drysdale over to York. York in front. That got through, and Bussey made the pad save along the ice. Tipped the other way by Taylor Hall, and a good diving play by Drysdale. What defensive effort by Jamie Drysdale. Tippett with speed at the line. Gives it up. Back in front. Off the skate of Drysdale. And Carolina ends up clearing the puck as Owen Tippett went crashing into Bussey into the crease. York's got to wait for Tippett to get back out on side before he stuffs it in. Nikishin skates from behind his own goal. Flyers complete a change and broken up at the line. And Philadelphia sends it to center before the Canes dump it in. 7:44 to go in the second period, and it's a whole new game now. Behind his own goal, Emil Andre. Finally, a long stretch pass up that left side. Curling back inside his own line is Matvei Michkov. Michkov into the middle. Flyers unable to chop it in deep. Controlled, and Mike Riley will backhand it the other way into the Flyer end. Andre back for that. Hit a Kane in the corner, but the Flyers nifty play by Cedar to get it to Cates. Cates out, and it bounces away from Michkov at the Carolina line. Chopped into the air, and the Canes unable to get it to clear. Michkov on the boards, turned around and right to Martinook, and Martinook lays it up the left wing. Eric Robinson unable to find that at the Philadelphia line. Here's Sanheim headbanding up the left wing. Michkov put the stick on, deflects it in, and he'll go to the bench to change. Under 7 minutes to play in the second period. 2-2 the score. Flyers win, they're in. Robinson deflects it in deep. Vladar out of the net will help Sanheim out to the corner. Ristolainen gets it back to Sanheim. Played it off of Nick Delorier, and Ristolainen checked by Jankowski. Devo wings it hard around. Jankowski turns into the right circle with a shot off the stick of Vladar. It's in behind the net. Delorier trying to shovel back out in front. Keandre Miller's shot batted away by Vladar. Philadelphia unable to get to it. Jankowski reaches out, knocked it away from Ristolainen. Dvorak in behind his own goal, but the Canes get it to the right wing corner. Nick Delorier back in behind the goal line. The Canes to the side of the net. Jankowski's got it. Vladar's lost his stick. Back out right point shot through, and a save by Vladar with the defender's stick in his hands. It was actually Trevor Zegras who handed him his.
Well, Vladar's got a stick back now. Flyers are on the forecheck, and they need to change as well. Carolina kept them heading in there.
So it's Nadeau, Ehlers, Michkov, and Zegras and the keeper. There's ever a time for the power play to come through. That was it. Beautiful.
So, yeah, that made him feel better, and he made a pretty good save with Zegras' stick in his hand. Ehlers behind his own goal. Keandre Miller chipped up the right side, but out at center ice, Hathaway gets to it. He lost control, and the loose puck picked up by Nadeau. Nadeau gets it to Kotkaniemi on the right wing boards. Turned away from the pressure of Hathaway. Shot to the net, hit a skate in front, and headed the other way is Couturier on the attack. Couturier avoids a man, hits the line, chipped it in deep, but back for that is Mike Riley. Riley behind his own goal with 5 minutes to play in the second period. Now up the right wing, Kotkaniemi will fire it in deep. Andre up the boards, gets it to center to Konechny. Konechny into the middle, Dvorak bats it into the Carolina zone. He'll go in after it to the right wing corner, cut off by Nikishin. Porter Martone got there but couldn't find a teammate with that. Carolina clears all the way back into the Philadelphia, and that will go far enough for an icing against the Canes.
Flyers have been pretty good in the draw. Last few games, the offensive zone face-off they have. The time to run a play.
Zegras, meanwhile, with that tying goal, has 13 points in his last 13 games. On the draw, the Flyers win it, and a shot from the point wide of the goal. It's in behind the net. Michkov trying to work that back into the middle. Cates back there below the goal line to try to help out. Cates tied up, turned to the corner, a centering pass, and off the skate of Michkov, who was alone for a moment in front.
You could hear Michkov call for that puck from up here. Cates hits him right.
King sent it in deep. York had his stick held for a moment. The crowd reacted to that. Carolina rolls it in below the goal line. Jamie Drysdale was checked on the near boards. Michkov had a chance to clear, couldn't do that. Second Everett still couldn't do it. Stankoven in behind the net, caught off by Drysdale. Boy, Jamie Drysdale has been a defensive monster. He lifts it high into the air, and finally it's batted to center by Barkey. Barkey intercepts at center, hits the line, gets it ahead to Michkov. He was poke checked. Barkey back to Michkov off the side of his, off the stick at the side of the net, and the Canes recover. Michkov, maybe his best game in the second half of the season, I think, tonight already.
Yeah, he's playing. He's right from the get-go. He's had an intensity to his skating, making good decisions as well. That's when Michkov plays good.
Forster sends it up the right wing, chased down by Owen Tippett. Tippett trying to find skating room. Cycles hard around behind the net. Sanheim had it knocked away from him to center, so the Flyers will take it back inside their own line with just under 3.5 minutes to play in the second period. Lifted back across into the far corner. Chatfield behind the net. Andre Miller deflects it up the wall. Held into the line by Ristolainen. Shoveled it back in high in the air. And he put it over the glass. And
very finicky. It's so volatile. Sometimes it works, and sometimes you have to massage it a little bit.
2-2 tie on the Philadelphia Flyers broadcast network.
This is Philadelphia Flyers
It's one
hockey
of those times where I have to keep tweaking with it.
A multi-billion-dollar
I wanted to do this
settlement
yesterday, I
has
just
been
didn't
claimed for
make
up to
time.
21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
When this is the sound of a waterfall in nature, there's no cause for concern. But when it's the sound of water gushing through your living room ceiling because a pipe bursts inside the wall, there's reason to panic unless you pick up the phone and call 1-800-SERVPRO. Only the cleanup and restoration specialists at ServPro can help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. So make the call to 1-800-ServPro at the first sign of water damage. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Philadelphia Flyers hockey on the Flyers Broadcast Network.
Get your tickets for an orange out in the last regular season of the game against the Canadiens tomorrow night as the Flyers make the push for the playoffs only at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
In their first years with the Flyers, Mike Knuble is the all-time Flyers leader with 34 goals in his first year in a Philadelphia uniform. Danny Briere is next with 31. Wayne Simmons is third with 28. Trevor Zegras is now fourth on that list with his 26th goal of the season. And this is his first Flyer campaign. Flyers are going to bring out Martone, Dvorak, and Konechny. Late here in the second period, it's 2-2. Dvorak wins the draw. Konechny gets it back to the point. Andre into the middle. Nick Cedar throw it at the net. Net hit a body. Flyers are going to pounce on that. Konechny in the slot. Throw it at the goal. And again, blocked in front of the net. Chopped over to the far side. And Nick Delorier will skate out of danger to center. He hit the linesman sitting on the top of the boards in front of the Carolina bench. And Philadelphia with a chance to clear. Didn't get that done. Knocked down by Delorier. The bouncing puck over skating with Konechny thrown to the net. And a good glove save by Vladar on Mark Jankowski. He'll hold on.
Well, Jankowski, Carrier, and Delorier are having a pretty good game tonight. Keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Creating some turnovers there. Flyers got to settle things down a little bit. They were so good coming into this game, making that first pass and the support being on the puck. But tonight a little bit, it's gotten better in the second, but in the first you could tell, look, that tension was there. They just weren't, the support wasn't there. They're trying. They seem to have settled in a little bit here.
There's when the face-off. Drysdale out at center ice. Off the glove of Keandre Miller. Here's Hathaway trying to force his way up that right side. Good play by Miller to poke it in deep into his own end. Couturier knocked down the clear on the far wall. Hard around behind the goal. Drysdale jumps into the near boards. Turn to the line, held in by Hathaway, sticked away by Bussy. His shot. Couturier leaves it on the end boards. Luke Glendening was upended back there, and the Canes are able to bat it back into the Philadelphia zone. Drysdale gets there in front of Deneau and plays it up the near side out at center.
Still a strong play by Drysdale. He's in the corner and he knows he's going to get hit there, but he still makes the play.
Drysdale for York, and York looks up ice. Headbanding up the left wing. Tipped by Barkey ahead. Michkov's got Cates going to the net. Got it to him. Cates dragged and pushed into the end wall there by Taylor Hall, who was on him immediately. They scramble the puck in below the goal line. To the corner it goes. Off the stick of the Flyer defender, Cam York. At the line, Cates covering. Took a shot. Knocked over the net by Bussy. And Cates can't hold the clearing attempt into the line. The Flyers will back out. Carolina deflected in at the Philadelphia line with 1:20 to go in the period. Ristolainen pressured, leaves it in the corner. Cates helps out, and over the head of him, and he got it to center ice. Michkov was hit by Nikishin, but they're going to say it was glove from one man to another. That brings a whistle and a stoppage of play.
Now Michkov and Barkey still working out there. A good combination they got. Cates in the middle, and those two down low and on the wall. They're really good in the offensive zone. Work together closely in close areas to generate offense.
Michkov has had one multiple goal game this season. That was late February against the Rangers, but that game aside, this might be his best effort that I can remember this year. And center ice lifted in. Crowd reacted to a shot of Martone on the bench.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
Here's Skyler Brindamore gets it left point.
Yeah, I saw Rob Brindamore's kid is in fourth line C for the Hurricanes.
The Carolina Hurricanes had a good year in the American League. He's a third, fourth line guy. Puck controlled by the Canes. They get it out to the line. Mike Riley took a shot. He stick breaks, explodes into a couple of pieces. York feeds him behind the net with 44 seconds left in the period. Drysdale turned away from Brindamore, whips it up the right wing to Owen Tippett. He's got to wait for that, and then drives it in deep. Round it goes into the far corner. Wrapped back in behind the net by the Canes, and Carolina will clear up the left wing. Martinook at the flyer line, upended by Ristolainen, who got a body on him. And at center ice, here's Segrist carrying it over the Carolina line, pushes it over to Sanheim. Sanheim in the corner, stops with check. Forrester gains control, stuffs it on the end board. Segrist trying to get away from Keandre Miller's check. And the Canes turn it behind their own goal line. Martinook places it up the left wing, and Brindamore will send it in. That'll pretty well do it. Good second period for the Flyers. They get 2 goals. Brindamore getting into it with Porter Martone. That's not a good trade-off. Martone too smart for that. The Flyers get goals.
Don't get panicked. Don't get panicked. Discipline has been questionable as of late.
A 2-goal Carolina lead.
Martone for a fourth line C and Brendan.
Now the Flyers got the control of the game.
Let them troll all they want.
We've got
Save it for the
very
third.
interesting third period coming up. I'm excited, Tim.
Flyers were outshot in the period 8-5, although they had the only 2 goals of the period. 2 period totals, 14 shots for Carolina, 12 for the Flyers, but it's tied at 2 after 40 minutes of play. Stay tuned. Our second intermission is just ahead. Brian Smith, Jason Martinez will take you through that when we return on the Philadelphia Flyers Broadcast Network.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
When everyone has a different craving, Wegmans Meals to Go has it all. All right now, all in one delivery. Pizza with your family's favorite toppings. A delicious sub made the way you love. Fresh sushi for the whole group, and so much more. It's how everybody gets a delicious meal they'll love. Order on the Meals to Go app or at mealstogo.com to make everyone happy. Wegmans Meals to Go. All your favorite meals, all in one delivery.
Dear Savvy, Toyota says you can have it all. With the Camry, the Corolla, and the Corolla Cross. You've got the tech, you've got the drive, and you've got Toyota value that spells affordable. You ready? Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in Philadelphia. And our more than 70 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Sens, what? Yeah, hamburger style runs. Senators are in. Disappointing for the Red Wings, and Boston's going to nab that other wild card spot.
Happy to be back as the ambassador for the Flyers
The
Learn
Flyers
to
have to
Play
have
rookie
tomorrow.
program
We do a watch
presented
party
by
for
Home.
that.
Open to boys
I
and
might have
girls
some
between the
scouting
ages of
on. We'll
5
see.
and 9.
We'll see.
The Flyers
Or
rookie
LG.
program includes head-to-toe equipment, weekly on-ice group lessons, and some great gifts. The program is available at 18 rinks throughout the greater Philadelphia region. For more information and to register, visit PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
What we got going on around the league? Let's take a look. Well, Wings have nothing to play for. They're losing to the Lightning again. Leafs are up 3-1 on the Stars. Blues and Wild are tied. the Blues gonna make it in? I haven't paid attention to the Western Conference playoff race. Panthers and Rangers, two teams that are out. They're tied right now. Let's see. Wild Mammoth clinched a spot. So it's the Kings. The Kings are in a playoff spot. It's the Kings and the Mammoth, yes. But the Preds are still there. The Kings have a couple games in hand, it looks like, though. I guess the Kings haven't played yet this week. The Predators are at 80 games. 86 points. And they're a point back of that second wild card in the West. Ducks have slowed down. The Oilers have 40 regulation wins. But because of their overtime losses, that they're going to be in second. The Golden Knights have 37 wins, but 17 overtime losses. Okay. And the Sharks kind of faded away, huh? That trade for Kiefer Sherwood probably was not, in hindsight, not the best deal, but they re-signed him, so it's not like they let him walk for nothing. Kraken fell apart. Damn, man. Even if the Sharks won out, it's pretty much unlikely they're going to make it in. This prompt shit is hard, bro. Please, what the fuck is going on tonight, dude? You just... Thank you. Christ. Just not responding to my inputs. What's going on here? Lock me the fuck in. Damn, I should have done this yesterday, bro. I have a song coming out tomorrow. I'm trying to do a trailer for it, but like, might have to be like a post-release teaser then. This shit's just not cooperating. Look at this. What the fuck is going on here? Well, I mean, you can't see what I see on my laptop, but it's just...
We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 8
intermission. 2 minutes, it says. Okay. we go.
Flyers are going to begin with Zegras, Tippett, and Forster. Flyers go right to left. Third period is underway. Philadelphia controls it. York dishes it in. 2 goals by Carolina in the first period. 2 goals by the Flyers in the second.
There you go, Flyers. Come on. Come on. We've been waiting a long time for this. 6 years. Don't let it go down to the last game. Come on.
Misses Zegras, but it went right to the net, so no icing, as Bussy had to make a save. Dan Vladar has turned aside 12 of the 14 shots that he's faced after Carolina scored 2 goals on their first 3 in the game. Tippett knocked it back behind his own goal. Tries to wheels it up the near side. Forster turns into the middle, and he just missed Christian Dvorak with that outlet pass. Flyers completing a change. Kotkaniemi's got a man going to the net, and he hit the side of the goal with a pass. Tip back to the line. Keandre Miller couldn't get that through, but the Canes kept the Flyers from breaking up the ice. Here on the right side. At the line, Ehlers threw it on goal, looking for his 3rd point of the game. Gloved down by Dan Vladar.
Well, good job in front. Porter Martone, Ristolainen in front, Sanheim in front. No sticks. So that shot coming from the point. They have their man covered, and they're keeping that stick, so the stick can't get on puck and make a deflection.
They have come back to win games from behind 21 times this year. They've done it from 2 goals down 5 times. They were 2 goals down in this one. Up the right side, Porter Martone unable to get it up the wall to clear. As they scrum the puck, Ristolainen regains control, and now it's jammed back in behind the Flyer net. Sanheim hurries there. Tries up the near side. Tipped by Konecny to center. On the loose puck, Martone tried to turn it into the middle. He had Christian Dvorak coming late, but that didn't quite work, so the Canes take over as the Flyers change. Early going to the 3rd period. Up the left wing, Stankoven is in. Pulled up in the circle, waiting for help, and then stuffs it down low down the wall, but good play by Cedar to break out. Martone left it for Cates. Up the left wing, Barkey unable to sidestep a check. He wrapped it in behind the net, into the far corner. Michkov back across in front. Out to the left point, Cedar with the drive, knocked out in front. The scramble, Barkey turns, took the shot up high, and Bussy adjusted, took that off the chest. What a moment that would have been for Denver Barkey.
Oh, it was a great play coming up the ice to start all that offense. Not sure. I think it's a hand pass here.
Yep, just inside the Philadelphia blue line. So I think they're going to take the face-off inside the Flyer line with 1:54 gone in this 3rd period. Philadelphia has, for whatever reason, found the going much harder to score at home than they have on the road, and the difference is just amazing. The Flyers before tonight had 30 goals in their last 14 home games. They had scored 56
come on, Flyers.
goals in
Don't
their
let me
last
down.
13 on the road. They've got 2 tonight. They don't care about the total. They care about having one more than the opposition at the end of this one. A win, and they're in with one more regular season game looming tomorrow against Montreal. Cam York gets away from Eric Robinson, flipped it up the right wing, just out of the reach of Garnet Hathaway, Glendening, and Couturier. Couturier couldn't keep it into the line. Here's Martinook. He'll step into the Philadelphia line, gives it up, and Brind'Amour hit a Flyer with that. Skyler Brind'Amour playing his 5th game in the NHL. Banded free ahead to Hathaway. Hathaway carried into the far corner. Below the goal line, he was checked, got free of his check behind the net, and then had it tipped away from him. Broken stick on the ice. That belongs to the Carolina defender, Sean Walker. And the Canes will tip it all the way back into the Philadelphia zone. Ristolainen is back for that. Rasmus Ristolainen trying to end a streak that nobody wants to be a part of. He's played more games than any current player in the league that has never saw a playoff game.
Well, let's hope that ends.
Let's hope that ends next week. Thrown to the net, just wide of the Philadelphia goal. The Canes are going to get to it. Chatfield knocked away from him. Jankowski, it's turned away by Vladar as Will Carrier had it bounce right to him in the right circle. Good save by Vladar. That keeps this thing tied at 2 as the Canes take over in their own zone. Jaden Chatfield gets the red line and sends it in. Vladar will stop it back there behind the net. Batted free by Cam York up the near side. Flyers into the middle. Dvorak right wing pass to Martone. Martone back across in front, and Dvorak couldn't get a stick down on that. Konechny out of the corner. Wheels it to the line, but he put it past Drysdale. Race for the puck. Back into the Philadelphia zone. Drysdale got on his horse, pushed the man off the puck, and played it away.
That's 3 times Drysdale's made a really good defensive play using his feet and size, actually.
I don't think he has a point yet. He should be one of the 3 stars of this game, Jamie Drysdale. Here's Cates putting the brakes on. Got into the right one corner. Konechny deep in the Kane end. Batted away. Knocked down by Cates. Cates in front of the one-timer. Martone couldn't get a good one on that. Cedar shot hit a man, and the Canes gobble it up and head the other way. That center ice stopped in by Kotkaniemi, and Andre goes in behind his own net. Both teams make a change. We played almost 4.5 minutes of this third period. Case chipped a backhand in. A high sticking penalty as Denver Barkey was clipped. Here's Cedar with a shot. Loose puck in front. It's behind the netminder. Michkov fighting for it. It's still free, but finally blown dead. And a high sticking penalty is going to put Philadelphia on their second Pico power play.
Denver Barkey draws the penalty, I think. It might be a butt ender. Shaft of the stick, but it catches Barkey right in the face. Ref's hand goes up automatically. See what the call is.
Well, the Canes a little reluctant to send anybody over there. The reason was the guilty party was already on the bench. But it was, I think, Charles Lego that ends up taking the penalty. He's getting an explanation before he goes to the box.
I think he was showing some blood too. He's got some on his hand, as we can see on the replay here.
Here's the penalty goal.
Carolina has a 4-minute penalty on the play.
Ooh, it's a double minor.
Double minor. Come on, Flyers.
On Lego for high sticking. And the Flyers have a golden opportunity now. Lego, oh, it was an elbow, a flagrant elbow right to the face, a flying elbow for the defenseman Lego as he clipped Denver Barkey right on the schnoz.
The schnoz.
Now, I don't know if you can challenge a penalty, but...
You can't.
How? Because it's a 4-minute. Yeah, I don't think you can. The ref calls the high stick.
Now, the officials are over here looking at it.
If it was an elbow,
right?
Okay, but the call is high sticking. So how do you overturn it? Because you just gave him 4 minutes for high sticking.
Actually, I think the call is elbow. I had said high stick, but having seen the replay, call? I think it's a 4-minute elbowing penalty.
Oh my gosh!
Now I don't know how they're able to review this. You can if you call it a 5-minute major. Maybe the same applies if they're calling it a double minor, but this was pretty flagrant.
Yeah, it's a sneaky little elbow right in the mouth.
He's a tall guy, Barkey's.
Yeah, so it's obviously, he's obviously trying to protect himself. I don't think his intent is to actually get the guy right in the head, but
I think
it happens.
Canes' only hope is that they knock this down to a 2-minute penalty.
Right.
Let's get the call here.
After review, there is no high stick on the play.
Oh, are you kidding me? They did call it a high stick. They don't call it an elbowing. It was a damn elbow.
Refs are fucking the game up now. You heard it. You heard it.
They have to challenge the call and say that it's
a penalty's a penalty. If there's blood on the ice, it's a 4.
Yeah. If it were a high stick, that you can challenge. I didn't think you could challenge an elbowing penalty. I just assumed from the fact that it was pretty clear it should have been an elbowing penalty. They missed that. They just flat missed that.
Wow. Wow. Well, this is going to be hard. The Flyers got to stay focused through this. I think Tocchet's actually talking to the refs to see if he can get someone to come and talk to him.
Terrible non-call. And Tocchet is fuming behind the Flyer bench.
Yeah, Barkey's
There's no penalty at all? What the fuck is going on?
Insult to injury.
It's going to stay 5-on-5. No power play.
No breaks here for the Flyers. They got to stay
It's an
focused.
elbow. What the fuck are we doing,
To
referees?
take the faceoff, he won it cleanly. York bats it free on the near half wall. Parkey spins it in behind the net. Cates was checked off the puck. Chatfield up the far wall, past Drysdale, and York's got to come over and try to cut off Kotkaniemi. Took a hit, let the puck be played behind the goal by Denver Parkey. Up the left wing, Cates into the middle at center, and unable to find a teammate with that. Off of Parkey's stick, he'll turn it back to his defense. York inside his own line, gets it over to Jamie Drysdale. Looked like the Flyers were going to get a 4-minute power play, and they end up with nothing.
Not even a 2-minute minor? What are we doing?
4-minute high stick. It wasn't a high stick at all. So that part they got right. It was an elbow that they missed.
It's the Flyers. It's the Flyers.
Chipped up by Zegras. To center ice. Batted right back to the Philadelphia line. Now into the middle is Taylor Hall. He's got a man with him. Jackson Blake stepped around him and took the shot at Vladar. Able to make that save. Real good play by Blake to get around Drysdale and take a shot.
Vladar with the big save there. And the speed of Carolina, they're still using it to their advantage. Tapping pucks outside or dumping it in, getting it back.
The forward goes wide and the defenseman then kind of flips it between his body and his stick, the defender's stick, and reaches around and got a good scoring chance there. Vladar was there. So the faceoff remains in the Philadelphia end, 5-on-5. In that far circle, Stankoven to take the draw against Luke Glendening, and the Flyers win that. That's the big contribution that one of them, that Glendening, makes to this team. Gloved out at center ice by Sean Walker. Walker step back in, onside, gives it to Taylor Hall. Hall pushed to the corner, upended. He goes up and over his own man. Looking for the referee's arm to go in the air, but they got that one right because it was his own guy he tripped over. Couturier flipped it up the glass and back to the Carolina blue line. Walker back inside his own zone for it. Sean Walker up the right wing. Stankoven will flip that in. That'll bounce right on Vladar. He'll glove it and hold it with just about 6 minutes gone here in the third period. Flyer goals in the second. Michkov and Trevor Zegras. Martone's got an assist, his 8th point in his 8th NHL game. In the building tonight, 2 future Flyers. David Juracek has been recalled from Lehigh. He's not in uniform tonight. And Jack Berglund, the first-round pick from a year ago, just signed his 3-year entry-level contract. He's in the country. He's in town. Already been assigned to Lehigh, but he made the trek up to see the big club tonight.
Yeah, the young guys are in town. Their seasons are coming to an end in their respective leagues. If it's overseas in Europe or college.
Up that right side, Couturier, actually it was Martone, couldn't get it out of the zone. Cedar plays it around to the near side. Martinook wrapped it back in below the goal line. A scramble for the puck in behind the net. Eric Robinson was checked. Martinook plays it out left point. Keandre Miller back to Martinook. Turn through it at the net. Glove down by Vladar with traffic all around it. And we'll get a whistle and a timeout on the ice. 13:45 to go here in the third period. We're tied at 2 on the Philadelphia Flyers broadcast network.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the Svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in Philadelphia. And our more than 70 local business specialists. are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local
Oh,
business.
it's charging for AI generations.
Official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation. All rights reserved.
Philadelphia Flyers hockey.
Alright, let me lock in. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of screwing around with this thing. It's a tie game. Flyers should have gotten at least a penalty, one power play, not a double minor. But.
Take on the Canadians in the last regular season of the game. Get your tickets at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Fridge, just to further clarify that missed elbowing penalty, because the referees called it a high stick, that enabled them to go look at it. When they looked at it, they realized it wasn't a high stick at all. It was an elbow, but they can't change that part of it. They can't.
Why are you calling it a high stick? These referees are brain dead. So basically, they can't reverse their own fuck up because they called it. They incorrectly called the penalty. They can't reverse the call that they made erroneously.
So still 5 on
Hilarious.
5. Still tied at 2.
I'm blind, I'm deaf, I want to be a ref.
Philadelphia still can't clear. Carolina keeping the pressure on. Will Carrier turned away from Sanheim's check, jammed away from him. Martone wrapped it off the wall and out. Race for the puck, but the Canes are going to get back there. Now they turn it over at center ice. Christian Dvorak lifts it in. Chased down into the corner by Konechny. Konechny had the stick knocked out of his hands. Off the glass.
Oh, they only need is 2 points, man.
Reaching for it.
Washington has 1 game left.
Dish it back in behind their own net. Mike
They can get to 96 points, it's over, yeah. They need to get these points, though. Don't leave it to chance, please. Don't settle for a loser point. Go for the jugular. Don't leave it to the last game of the season, please.
Sanheim comes back.
The Flyers will lose any tiebreaker because they don't have enough regulation wins.
Break by pass, Ristolainen and shoots one, and a save by Bussy. That was the first occasion that a rookie Martone passed up what should have been a shot. Here's Konechny right back in. He's got Martone behind him. Konechny cuts into the high slot, the behind-the-back pass. Zegras behind the goal, knocked out of the air by Martone. Back into the corner. Zegras back in front, off the skate of Others. It's out of the air, knocked down by Zegras. Keeps it in the Carolina zone before he was pulled off the puck. Another clearing attempt hit Tyson.
Since when was his name not? Oh my God, Porter. Since when was his name not pronounced Ehlers?
Zegras in front and covered on the hands.
Porter, shoot the puck, son. You're a goal scorer.
Well, that was a good shift. I don't know how Zegras picked that up. He picked it up out of the air. It wasn't a high stick. But he's able to get that off of the back of the Carolina forward and keep the play alive. But earlier before that, Porter Martone has a great A opportunity. And yeah, you said it. He was shoot first mentality.
Until then.
Until now, but you can hear the crowd come in there, shoot. Right after that.
Zegras off the draw. Here's Tippett. Tippett trying to fire it at the net. That was blocked. Jackson Plate got in his face. And it's back to the Flyer line. York up the near side. He missed Zegras with that. They're going to wave off Icing. In on the forecheck, there was Tyson Forster. Tippett arrives late, batted out of the air by the Canes. And Taylor Hall will backhand one down into the Philadelphia zone. Bedard left that. Left it for Drysdale. Gets through a check. Up the right wing to Tippett. His outlet pass deflected by a Kane into the Flyer bench. And it's out of play with 11:56 to go in the third. The faceoff coming back inside the Flyer line. Tyson Forster with his assist on the second Flyer goal picked up the 100th point of his NHL career.
What a stud. Tyson Forster coming back after a long hiatus out of the game and didn't miss a beat. That's a special thing, a rare thing for a player to come in and just play at the same pace that everyone else has been playing.
Missed 49 games, comes back, gets right back into where he had been. Over his last 36 games, he has 22 goals. Carolina back to their own line. Jaden Chatfield gains the red line, took a hit, but fired it in deep. Ladar unable to stop it. Flyers can't clear up the near boards. It's back in behind the net. Controlled by the Canes. They get it out. Keandre Miller at the right point. Into the circle. Backhand shot off the side of the goal by Martinook. Canes maintain control. Eric Robinson trying to get it in front. Turnaround shot, and Brindamore couldn't get that through. It's still loose behind the net. They pan it into the right wing corner. Brindamore checked by Glendening. Flyers a chance to clear. Didn't get it out yet. As the Canes continue to pressure in the Flyer end. Drysdale cut off on the end wall. The Canes get to it. Jordan Martinook Turned in the circle right into Cam York. Knocked away. Hathaway sends it to center. Now a bouncing puck out of the reach of Glendening. Canes go back for that behind their own goal. 9 minutes gone in this third period. It's still 2-2, but Carolina has some momentum. Thrown to the net just off the blocker of Vladar. Hall threw it back on net, and Vladar finds it with the glove this time and holds it.
Well, the difference is every time that the Carolina Hurricanes have the opportunity to shoot that puck, they're shooting that puck. Doesn't matter the angle. Flyers got to tilt the ice the other way.
Yeah, Flyers just need a play. Somebody's got to spark this offense again, because once they got this building going in the second period, I mean, they could build off that atmosphere.
Carolina is very aggressive on the pinch, so there can be some exposure, but you're going to have to make a play on the breakout to catch him.
Taylor Hall, checked by Martone, dishes it back to his defenseman. Jumping in, here's a shot fired up over the goal. Stuffed back on goal and swept away by Dan Vladar. Maybe his biggest save of the game right there. Konechny didn't get it in deep, and the Canes take over. Mike Riley up that left side, gains the red line, fired it around. Over to the near corner. Sanheim unable to take Jackson Blake off the puck. Now Konechny's got room. And Konechny backhands it across to Christian Dvorak at center. He'll hit the line with Martone. Shoveled it left wing. Konechny's going to take it up the end boards. Behind the net, can't find Martone with that. Cleared to the line, but held in by Andre. Back down low, Konechny. Trying to get away from Walker's check on the wall. Blake flipped it past Andre to center. Carolina changing. The Flyers come right back in. Nick Cedar up the left wing. Dropped it back to Konechny. Konechny in front. All alone in front. Cates. And he can't beat Bussy.
Oh, no.
Who knocked it down on the ice. Found it and gets it covered. Oh, Noah Cates had a split moment with a game on his stick right there.
Damn it, Noah.
Konechny hits it across the mouth of the goal. Right on Cates' stick, but Bussy's there to make a great save. He's just in position. Reads this play right. Gets in front of Cates. Takes everything away. But a nice play. They need to keep that offense going.
All right, we get a time out of the ice. Halfway through the third. 2-2 the
Not for the
score.
Flyers now?
Philadelphia Flyers broadcast now.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Dear Savvy, Toyota says you can have it all. With the Camry,
God.
the Corolla,
For all that room.
and the Corolla
Jeez.
Cross. You've got the tech, you've got the drive, and you've got Toyota value that spells affordable. You ready? Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
When this is the sound of a waterfall in nature, there's no cause for concern. But when it's the sound of water gushing through your living room ceiling because a pipe burst inside the wall, there's reason to panic unless you pick up the phone and call 1-800-SERVPRO. Only the cleanup and restoration specialists at ServPro can help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. So make the call to 1-800-ServPro at the first sign of water damage. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Stick check. It's snack time, Flyers fans. So ditch those tiny, bland, boring mozzarella sticks and level up with Big Mott's. Made with 100% whole milk mozzarella and real fresh ingredients. We've raised the bar on flavor, so whether you're at the arena for the game or making a pit stop at Wegmans, Big Mott sticks deliver the crispy, cheesy perfection you need. Stick check. Pick up Big Mott's at the Flyers game or Wegmans and taste what you've been missing.
Philadelphia Flyers hockey on the Flyers Broadcast Network.
Be here for an orange out in the push for the playoffs when the Flyers face off against the Canadiens tomorrow in the last game of the regular season. Get your tickets at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Well, the Flyers have struggled on the power play all season long, but lately they've been better. 25% on the man advantage over the last handful of games, the last 10 games. And Trevor Zegras has 10 power play goals. The last Flyer with more was Wayne Simmons 8 years ago. Reaching for it, Cates pushed it back into his own zone. Drysdale gets there, checked by Jankowski, but Cates will lift it off the wall and down, and will not go far enough for an icing. They wave it off. Nikishkin hard around. tipped up the boards. That hit the linesman again, sitting on the dasher. Flyers get it across. Here's Michkov up the left wing. Goes wide into the Kane end, and a bad angle shot deflected well wide. Nick Ehlers bats to the center. Flyers right back in. Zegras takes the pass on the left wing. Sets up in the half wall. Back to the line. Desjardins winds for the shot and a save. It got through 3 in front, but Forster unable to settle the bouncing puck. And the Canes able to clear. Right back in. Tyson Forster, left wing pass. Zegras lost it, found it again, but put it onto a Kane stick, and Carolina will lift it out at center. Here's Kotkaniemi in the neutral zone. Gets it across. Nick Ehlers stepped in, took a shot, saved. The rebound was there, and a Flyer upends the Carolina forward trying to get free in front. That was Nadeau. Back to Owen Tippett. The Flyers may have numbers the other way if they hurry. Zegras to Tippett. He's going right down the middle. Tippett shoots. Oh, he hit the goal post.
No, Tipper hit the goal post. I'm locked in, boys. God damn it.
Will go on the power play.
We got a peeper. We got a peeper. Come on.
Penalty shot, but it will be a penalty.
Well, good play down low at the other end in front of the Flyers net. Ristolainen with a big hit. Takes away a dangerous player, and then the Flyers come down.
2 minutes for slashing.
Well, it's going to be a slashing call on Owen Tippett.
I'm going to listen to the stream. I'll leave the radio broadcast on for you guys.
And Owen Tippett, and that's where the penalty is. Flyers got a great chance on the power play here.
11:38 is going to be the top of the penalty on Nick Ehlers for slashing, and the Flyers will skate it 5-on-4.
Come on, Flyers.
Better of late. Hasn't been great at home. They're only about 11% on the road are at home. But overall, the last 10 games, they're 25%. And here comes their second Pico powered play opportunity. It's going to be Cates in to take the draw. Forster, Martone, Zegras, and Drysdale. And on the draw, controlled. Martone got it back to the line to Drysdale. Looking for Zegras on the far side. Net front is Forster. Zegras threw it on goal and deflected through the crease and wide. Martone stops it back up top. Gets it on the half boards. Chipped it free into the corner. The Canes arrive, though, and play it to center ice. Now short-handed, Jankowski over the line. Gave it to Martin with a shot and a short-handed chance. Now 2 Canes are caught as the Flyers hurry up the ice. At the line, Martone was poke-checked.
Yes.
It's out at center, and Tyson Forster's going to curl inside his own zone.
Oh, a scary moment. The Flyers got to force that play, get up ice. They got 2 penalty killers caught. Good play by the defenseman.
Zegras up the right wing. Konechny had it swept off his stick. Zegras on the end boards. Trying to fire it around to the right point, but Drysdale couldn't get there to hold it in. So the Flyers have got to go back into their own end, and they're going to change the power play unit. Out comes Michkov with Christian Dvorak. Konechny will make his way to the bench. Over the boards, Ristolainen. Now Dvorak over the line to Tippett in the high slot. Left it for Konechny. Backs off a man. Top left circle, looking in front. Played it up top, center point. Ristolainen to the far wall. Michkov back to Ristolainen with a shot. He hit his own man with that Tippett in the slot, and the Canes will get to it. Clear to the line, but not out. Good stick in. Good keep in by Konechny. It bounces for Michkov. Gets it in front to Konechny. Shoots, and a save by the defenseman who got low and
power play ever a time to get you back in this game. Give you the lead.
Konechny pulled back in front and stripped to the puck before he could pull the trigger. It's out at center.
Really good defensive plays by the Carolina defenders on this penalty kill. Shot block, good sticks.
18 seconds left. Tippett's got it in the slot. Drag, shoots, and a save by Bussey. The rebound. They jam at that. And Bussey on his face, down on his chest. Gets it covered.
Wow, few grade A opportunities, but some good penalty killing by the Carolina Hurricanes.
They're still putting Ristolainen on the top of the power, on the top of the 1-3-1.
In the slot, and then Bussey comes big on Owen Tippett. Coming downhill in the slot as well.
Oh, come on!
Absolutely, you want those hot hands shooting for you.
TK!
Seconds left in the power play. This crowd just waiting to bust out.
We need someone to be selfish here, man. Stop looking for the cute pass. Get selfish.
North banked it on the near boards. Tipped away from Forster on the end boards. Cates was checked. Wrapped him behind the goal. Zegras couldn't pull it.
Shoot right into Bussey's chest. Are you serious?
They jam it off the pad. Bussey made the save on Cates in tight. And the Canes back at even strength. Ehlers out of the box. Gives it to Mark Jankowski, and he'll just lift it in behind the Flyer goal. Ladar stopped it there for Cam York. York waiting for his team to complete a change. Watched by Jackson Blake. And now York plays it up the left wing. Here's Sean Couturier, cut into the middle at his own line. Flipped it right wing. On the move is Denver Varkey. Goes around a man, went to the net, and almost got a shot to the goal. Wrapped away to Taylor Hall, and Hall takes over for the Canes. Gets it over far side. Stankoven over the line, slammed the brakes on back to the line, shot wide of the goal. Caromed off the back of the net. Blake upended as he was hit by two Flyers. Left point shot. Bounced to the...
God damn it, the power play going silent again.
Oh, Couturier almost broke up.
Come on. I know you can't go on, you can't score on every power play, but there's ever a time. We have a power play goal tonight, but
Canes have won all 3 games in the season series this year against the
why
Flyers.
is Brendan Bussey playing like a Hall of Famer?
17 games against Philadelphia in 5 years.
Varkey, Denver. Oh,
they've got good numbers there.
come on. What the fuck are you looking for? You play till the whistle, dude.
York up the middle, deflected in by Konechny. Canes hurry back behind their own goal. Nikishin has it. Alexander Nikishin, rookie defenseman for Carolina, whips it hard around the glass behind the Philadelphia net. They play it back over to the near side. Bounce away from Konechny, but got it into the middle. Here's Christian Dvorak. He's got
Come on.
on the right wing.
Go.
They step in. Martin winds it in behind the goal to the left corner. Konechny tried to leave it there, but couldn't find Dvorak with that. And the Canes come away. Ehlers up the middle, broke it up by Philadelphia, and Ristolainen hustles back into his own zone. Flyers change up.
I want 2 points. Just get it done tonight. You can play a little more. You can play not as tense tomorrow against the Habs.
Way better tonight. He's not a fast guy, but he's winning some races to pucks. They scramble the puck on the near wall in the Carolina zone, and the Canes come away with
Flyers, I still believe.
Carrier puts it into the middle. Ehlers is in over the line onside. Gives it up, left circle, bad angle shot. Saved by Vladar. Out of the corner comes Nick Delorier. Delorier plays it out left point. Again thrown to the goal, and checked was Vladar. The helmet knocked off. He's lost his stick. There's no penalty. He was trying to draw a goalie interference penalty, and they don't get that. Vladar still no stick. Sanheim poked it free of a man. Gives it up to Michkov. Michkov had a chance to clear and didn't do it. And now Sanheim does deflect it out. Somebody's got to get Vladar his goalie stick, though. It's in behind the goal line as the Canes regroup at center and fire it around. Into the far corner. Carolina is offside, and it's blown down. With 3:28 to go here in the third period, we get a timeout. 2-2 the score of the Philadelphia Flyers Broadcast Network.
This is Philadelphia Flyers hockey on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Oh.
Megan Trainor. The Get In Girl Tour. Live in Philadelphia. With special guest Icona Pop. Megan Trainor. Playing at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Saturday, July 18th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Demi Lovato. Live in concert in Philadelphia. It's Not That Deep Tour. Xfinity Mobile Arena, Saturday, April 18th. With special guest Adele. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. The brand new album, It's Not That Deep, is available everywhere now. For more, visit DemiLovato.com.
FW Web for plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, pipe, valves, fittings, and more. FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need when and where you need it. With extensive inventory, personalized service, over 100 locations, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast. Visit FWWeb.com for a location near you.
Philadelphia Flyers hockey on the Flyers Broadcast Network.
Be here in the Orange Out tomorrow for an Orange Out game in the push for the playoffs when the Flyers take on the Canadiens in the last regular season game. Get your tickets at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Flyers third in the Metro Division. 2 points up on Washington, 1 point up on Columbus with 94 points. If the Flyers go to overtime here, Columbus would be eliminated. And then the Flyers would need one more point to clinch. Or one missed Washington point. Washington has one more game. That's tomorrow against Columbus. Fired in from center ice. Nikishin got it in deep. York back behind his own net. Tries to unable to play it away from Eric Robinson. It comes out left point. Thrown to the net. Nikishin couldn't get it through, but he's got it again in the Philadelphia zone. On the right wing half boards. Robinson couldn't get that to the net. Another opportunity. Fanned on that. Watch closely by Cam York. Puck is in on the end wall, and the Canes try to create now deep in the Philadelphia zone. Pass to the line.
You're gonna call a penalty on that or what?
Forster. And Forster late
It's a fucking interference. I've seen interference called for less.
He's gonna take an icing. Didn't mean to put that much on it. Philadelphia needed to change. Now they can't do that.
Yeah, the bounce off of the half boards there. He's trying to make an indirect play, get off the ice and make sure to negate the icing.
Both Tippett and Zegras went to the bench. They allowed them to sit there for a moment, but they're going to both have to come back out. And the referee
Nice try, guys.
Yeah. Referee is there on top of it. That's just going to delay this.
Come on, Flyers, please. You want to make the playoffs, right? This is where the big-time players, the clutch gene, the X factor comes to the
I mean, they're not going to
forefront.
call that here, but.
No, Tyson. There's the rookiness, the young inexperience coming through. Light tap off the boards there.
He hit the side of the net. They try to stuff it back out in front. Vladar reached for that with the glove. Got a piece of it, but not all of it. Chatfield into the left wing corner. Stankoven high slot, and Taylor Hall.
You gotta dig deep, bro. This is just the beginning. This ain't even a playoff game. You gotta dig deep.
Carolina back into their own zone. Keandre Miller for Jaden Chatfield. Chatfield missed a few games with injury, returning tonight. Advance up the right wing and dumped in by Blake. Back for that Sanheim to the corner. Ristolainen up the wall, couldn't get it by Blake. Blake controls, got free in the right circle, went to the net with the backhand shot. Vladar made the save as Blake goes crashing into him, and Vladar gets it blown dead. Yikes!
Oh God!
Well, Jackson Blake's having a game tonight.
A broken stick on the ice. Someone lost a stick.
Come off of that wall, become a dangerous player, gets himself into position to get a good shot off.
Blake kept a point streak alive.
Nice, there it is. Come on, change it up.
7 assists now in his last 6 games.
Come on, please, Flyers. Don't break my heart. Don't break the hearts of your fans. 2 minutes, less than 2.5 minutes remaining.
So Philadelphia will bring Couturier out for this defensive zone draw. Thankless job of Couturier, and that fourth line gets all these tough starts in their own end.
Blake, why is he dangling Jackson Blake? You're gonna let him? He's a munchkin, bro.
Couturier to take it. Carolina wins this one. Nikishin into the middle, deflected by Glendening, up and out of play. So Couturier will get another opportunity. Yeah, Fridge, that's one of the developments, I think, since the Olympic break, the formation of this veteran fourth line, because they've been great.
It just seems like it's something that the Flyers had
It's Jackson Blake, too. Like, it's not like a big, bruising power forward.
to ask a guy to take a lesser role, and he's your captain. It's a tough move, but the captain came.
Carolina shot by Ehlers through traffic from the near boards, and that got through. Vladar had to make a save. Ehlers looking for skating room, curls, fake the shot, leaves it for the defenseman. Nikishin knocked down in front. Carrier couldn't put it on goal. It's kept in by the Canes. The Flyers had a chance but couldn't get it out. In that left corner, Nikishin with Drysdale draped all over him at the line. They go point to point. Miss Walker with that, and Luke Glendening calmly settles it, skates to center, and plays it ahead. Hathaway dishes it in deep. Flyers' fourth line will change after Couturier puts a shoulder into a man on the forecheck. Couturier will go to the bench, and the Flyers get that Michkov line out with Cates and Denver Barkey. Broken up at center ice, gloved down by Sean Walker. He'll lay it across his own zone, and the Canes deflected into the Philadelphia line. 1:12 to go in regulation time. Sanheim up the boards, knocked down by Jankowski. 2 players on the ice tied up behind the play. Nick Delory was the one for the Canes. At the line, Carolina holds it in, winds it in behind the net. Vladar out of the goal, stopped it, stick handling with it. Nobody comes to him, and he finally finds Sanheim in the corner, deflected by Barkey down the ice. That'll allow the Flyers to get a change as Carolina hurries back for that. 45 seconds to go in the third period. 2-2 the score in the third. Puck off the face of Zegras. Controlled by Taylor Hall. He runs into a man. Now Hall's got it again. Stuffs it into the circle. Blake backs off. Blake looking from the corner. Checked along the boards there by Trevor Zegras. Blake spins free. He has been a monster. Blake turned, threw it in front, off a stick, trying to glove it down his Chatfield. He'll leave it. A centering pass. Blake trying to make a move, lost control. Philadelphia unable to clear the zone. It's forced to reach for it. Now it comes free to Drysdale. 13 seconds left. Up the left going to Timmins. Back into the middle. Drysdale can't find it. The Canes come the other way with 8 seconds left. Jackson Blake gets inside on Tyson. Forster with a shot, and it was blocked wide. That'll do it. The horn will sound. We're headed to overtime for the 4th time in 4 games between these two teams. The Flyers have eliminated the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now they need 1 point to punch their ticket to the postseason.
Well,
no pens, please. No pens. No pens. No pens.
The job done tonight, but the Flyers have played a good game, coming back in this one to get this score to 2-2. And Carolina brought a pretty good, solid game. The pressure that they applied all night did
Still time, go.
The Flyers had some trouble with it, but now we're down to 4-on-4.
Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. There's no dogs on this team. You're passing in your problems to your teammate.
First start of the season, looking for win number.
Take that puck to the net, Owen. Why are you passing it to a guy? You just don't. You just didn't want to take the bull by the horns there. Come on.
3-on-3.
So
probably start with Couturier. Get the draw, get him off the ice.
This is starting to remind you of how the Flyers
scrambled. 1 point now. All I need is 1 more point to get in. I would rather not wait for Montreal. Why leave it to chance? You had this. You had Carolina reeling at one point. Don't let Brendan Bussey be your undoing.
That was the last game of the year against the Rangers to get in, and then the Flyers made that magical run to the finals. Here, they have erased an 8-point deficit at the Olympic break to force their way back into the playoff picture. Now they're 1 point away from clinching the playoff spot, and they're going to go to overtime, 3-on-3. The goaltenders will switch ends, so Vladar will go to the cage to our left. The Flyers will go left to right in overtime. This is their 28th overtime game. They're 6-8 in the 5-minute 3-on-3s. It's the 21st overtime game for Carolina. They're 9-3. But again, the Canes have rested Sebastian Aho, Andrei Svechnikov, Seth Jarvis, Jordan Staal, James Gostisbehere, and Jacob Slavin. And yet the Canes gave the Flyers everything they could handle tonight.
Well, puck possession is key in overtime. If you can start with it, try and keep it the entire 5 minutes.
Gonna be Dvorak to take the draw against Jankowski. Flipped off of a man by Sanheim. Konechny will find it, and Travis Konechny will curl back inside his own line. Gives it to Dvorak. Christian Dvorak stick handles through center ice, dropped into Konechny. They crisscross. Konechny steps in on the left wing. Top of the circle, cut into the high slot. Gets free, looking at the net, can't find a shooting lane. Goes down the wall on Keandre Miller. Forced him behind the net, comes back out. Turned in the slot, and then it's going to be forced to skate out the center. Takes it all the way back into his own zone, and then banked it off the board. Sanheim had a man coming. Now the loose puck picked up by Zegras. Zegras is in, shoots, and he fired wide. Konechny unable to get there to keep it into the line. It's offside at the Carolina blue line.
I'll tell you, that shot from Zegras didn't miss by much.
Come on, please.
Nice little play.
Let's go.
It's an indirect pass, and Sanheim knows to leave that puck because Konechny's looking at the bench, and he sees Zegras jump on. So, nice little play.
Flyers have not been very good in the overtime. Shootouts a different story, but not so much in the overtime.
And almost caught Bussy. Flyers going to make a change. Couturier will come back out for this all-important face-off at center with Tippett and Drysdale just outside the Carolina blue line. Couturier unable to tie it up. Go to the bench as the Canes control. Now Stankoven inside his own
Open offside,
line with Jackson Blake. Will take the puck.
Oh, Zegras had a check. Short side snipe.
Here comes Stankoven out with good speed. Picks his way to center. Gets away from Zegras, who almost knocked it away from him. Finds Jackson Blake, and Blake curls into the middle. Now to Stankoven, one man to beat on Drysdale. Backs off to the top of the circle. Waits for Blake. Blake cuts into the slot. Looking at the net, shoots, and that hit the goal post. Oh, it stays out. The Flyers get a break. And Philadelphia chasing one down back into the Carolina zone. Overskating it with Zegras. He's got Tippett in front of the net. Zegras trying to corral that puck on the wall and batted away from him. Carolina finally takes over. Oh, wow. This crowd thought that was in for a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Stankoven back into the Philadelphia zone. Stankoven forced back out to center. Drysdale now with Barkey and Zegras. Zegras going to try to get to the bench, but he can't. As Nick Ehlers cuts across the neutral zone. From center ice, here's Taylor Hall. Picks his way in, curls over to the far side, and back out to center. So it's all about possession and control. Nick Ehlers finds a lane, skates up the right wing, back into the Philadelphia zone. A shot, a save by Vladar. He covered it, was going to play it, but they blew it dead with 2:57 left in OT.
I got a close call off the post. Come on, Flyers.
I'd imagine
Off the post. Wow, I heard the ping.
Defensive zone draw.
Here comes Coots.
But how about right before that, Jackson Blake. That corner spot. Post and crossbar.
Ron Brindamore is going to use his timeout here to give his guys a breather and an
Taylor Hall, the former first overall pick.
Coming in the circle to the right of Dan Vladar.
They gotta fix this rule, bro. Implement a shot clock in overtime, or a rule that says you can't take the puck out after you enter the ozone. Something, I don't know.
Carolina scored
this is stupid. Just playing keep away at that point.
Nadeau's third of the year opened the scoring, and then a power play goal by Nick Ehlers gave the Canes a 2-0 lead.
Off the post. Jackson Blake will be dangerous.
Got this big crowd behind him. Got goals from Michkov, his 19th, and then 2.5 minutes later, 2:33 later, Trevor Zegras scored his 10th power play goal.
It's in that post, baby.
Overall.
Jackson Blake looking dangerous.
Neither team able to score in the third. So far, neither team able to end it in OT.
Well, timeout and get timeout in overtime.
So after the Kane timeout, the Flyers bring out Dvorak and Couturier, so two face-off guys here in the most important face-off of the night against Stankoven. Stankoven, Ehlers out for Carolina. And the Flyers win the draw. Walker, the other Carolina defender, the former Flyer. Philadelphia will set up in behind their own net. It's York setting up back there. Couturier to the bench, replaced by Matvei Michkov. So it's Michkov, Dvorak, and York. York watched behind the goal. Now finally, still doesn't move the puck. Finally gets it to Michkov, who comes back inside the line. Michkov in front of his own net, ducks behind the goal again. Watched closely by Nick Ehlers. Michkov waiting for help. York comes and gets it from him. York trying to spin on the inboards. Cut off. Stankoven pushes it into the middle, but right to a flag.
Come on. Dvorak.
He's going to be caught from behind. Goes in.
Couturier. Oh my god.
It's rolled back in front, and here comes Carolina.
And Cam York. Okay. This trio slow. Couturier going to the bench. Nice. Michkov. Come on, Matvei. Legacy game. Everyone's been downing you all season long.
Gets it up to Ehlers, and Ehlers going to carry out the center. My goodness, Flyers were almost caught there. Ehlers drags it back inside his own line with 1:50 to go in overtime.
This is where you make your living. Come on, Matvei.
He's been the best Kane tonight. Blake picks his way into the middle, turn, curls back at his own line.
York!
Now he'll leave it there.
Jesus! Come on, Mitch! Break away from Michkov! Matvei, come on, son! Ah, what a save from Bussy, you bitch!
And rifles one wide of the goal as Miller had the game on his day.
Come on, get there, Sanheim. Olympian. God damn it, that would have been a glorious, legendary goal for Mich if he could have gotten that.
Leads it up the left side. Forster unable to control that off the backhand, and Carolina's Hall will get to it inside his own line. Watched by Cates. Cates stays with him. Knocked it off.
God damn it. Oh, I wanted that so bad for Mich. They're gonna change quickly.
He'll turn away from Cates, and Philadelphia makes a change. Less than a minute to go now in OT.
Football season at low.
Puts it ahead at center ice in the neutral zone. Jackson Blake gets it across.
Come on, Noah.
Backing off a man.
DeAndre. 90 seconds. Come on, damn it. That would have been glorious if he could have finished that. Nice, Sanheim. Behind the net. Okay. Just can't get possession now. Get him. Yeah, Catesy. Come on, Catesy.
Stankoven again hit by connecting.
It's a 4-playing defense. Come on.
20 seconds left in overtime. Banded up the left wing. Bradley Nadeau will take it back inside his own line. 10 seconds.
This might go to a shootout. This might go the distance here.
Trains come ahead. Keandre Miller skates all the way to the Flyer line.
Jackson Blake.
Pass Carrier with a shot.
It stanks a stank out there. Pressure him.
That'll do it. The horn sounds. Nothing decided in overtime. And in a fitting
Good
way,
clear.
This is going to require a shootout to see if the Flyers can clinch their spot tonight.
Nice. DK. Fucking yeah. Stand him up.
Who's going to start the shootout for the Flyers tonight? We've been hot all
He's out.
year.
Ah, nice. Just hold on. Just hold on. Get to a shootout. No other choice at this point. Can't get the puck.
Shootouts this season. Carolina is 5-3.
Damn, Michkov had the game on his stick, man.
My heart can't take this.
DeAndre.
I think I aged myself.
Good save from Vladar on the one-timer.
Trevor Zegras is the secret weapon, of course, in shootouts.
What a save from Dan. Come on. Come on.
7 for 12 for 58%.
All right. You have a chance to clinch in a shootout.
He's at NHL best 59%, 19 for 32. You can almost rest assured he'll be the first shooter for the Flyers. In goal, Dan Vladar is 4-2 in shootout games this season. And over the last 3 years, the Flyers actually lead the NHL in shootouts. They're 19-10.
Well, let's hope all those numbers add up, work out, and put everything in the Flyers' favor.
The crew comes out to clean the ice in front of both nets. Vladar gets back into position in the net to our right. And Trevor Zegras is on the ice waiting for the signal. He's got that patented move. He'll carry slowly to the far right wing boards and then jump into gear, cut to the front of the net, and try to outweight and maybe outguess the Carolina netminder. Zegras has got one of the 2 Flyer goals, but he could really be the hero if he can bury this first one in the shootout. Left-hand shot, Trevor Zegras. He's got the signal. Now he's got the puck at center right. Slowly goes over to the right wing wall, right in front of the Carolina bench. Now jumps into gear, cuts into the slot. Backhand, forehand, backhand. Stopped by Bussy, who stayed with him and got a piece of it.
Yeah, Zegras pulls a move, forehand to backhand. Bussy just takes away the bottom of the net. Unable to elevate that puck. Comes up with a big save on the first shootout.
Jackson Blake will be the first shooter for Carolina. Blake is 3 for 6 this season. Coming right down the middle.
Here we go. There you go. 7 for 12 in shootout.
Shot from the right circle. Cut in front, back in front. Stop by
Career number.
Left leg, checked it out with the skate. No goal. Good save by Vladar. So it's going to be Matvei Michkov.
Stars off.
Second shooter for the Flyers, 6 for 18 in his career.
Bussy.
And this year he's 4 for 8. Michkov, left-hand shot. Swings again wide to the right. Comes back in front very slowly, deliberately. Now backhand stopped on the forehand as Bussy came across with him. And there was
Come on, Flyers. Don't do this, dude. Do not.
He's got the ability to make the splits.
Saxon
But he
Blade.
takes away 5
He's
hole
been
with that
shifty
blocker
all
in
night
the shaft of
long.
his stick, so Michkov
Good save, post save from Dan Vladar, Dark Vladar. Come on, Michkov up next. Come on, Mich.
And he'll try to give the Canes the lead here in the second round of the shootout. From the left circle, cut in front, back in forehand, took the shot. Vladar stays with it, makes the save. Nothing doing. Dan Vladar 2 for 2 in the shootout.
Mich, number 2, come on, Mich.
He's with him coming across. He's trying to shoot for that glove side, posting in. Vladar just stayed patient, kept that glove in the right place.
Konechny is 2 for 6 in shootouts. This
Man,
season.
Bussy, who is this Bussy guy?
Third shooter for the Flyers.
You have to beat him up high.
Started here in the shootout. All the way right circle. Went to the net, took the shot, nothing doing. Bussy closed the 5-hole. The Flyers unable to find the hole. So Philadelphia failing to score in their first 3 shots. Carolina can win it now. If Keandre Miller can beat Dan Vladar.
Not giving your goalie any fucking power, bro.
On the shoulders of Dan
Good save,
Vladar
Vladar.
to keep the Flyers alive.
Who's up next,
Third
DK?
shooter for the Canes, and Keandre Miller with good speed into the Philadelphia zone from the left circle. Backhand, stuffed wide. Nothing doing. Vladar makes him miss the net, and we go to an extra session in the shootout. Tyson Forster will be the next one.
That's good luck, Tim.
Okay.
Fuck me, dude.
Jinx, you owe me a beer.
Here's Tyson Forster. Here in the shootout. Forster swings to the right circle, looks at the net, shoot, he scores!
You gotta go up high. You got to go up high. Clearly, shooting low hasn't worked. Peeking low, shooting low, you gotta go up high in this guy.
In the 4th round, and Vladar
Defenseman now, Keandre Miller, interesting.
right now. If he can make the save here
Come on,
the
Dan.
Carolina shooter, the Flyers will be headed to the playoffs.
Come on. Who's up next? Come on. We got weapons. Tyson Forster, maybe. He's got a rocket top shelf. Porter Martone, even. We got weapons. Carolina's resting a lot of guys. They don't have much.
And the Flyers are headed to the playoffs. They clinched the last playoff spot. Third in the Metro
Come on, Tyson.
Division, beating the Carolina Hurricanes 3-2 in the shootout. 2010 all over again on the second from last.
Tyson Forster. What the fuck did I say? I'm a coach. I should be coaching. Just rips a laser past Bussy.
Postseason for the first time in 6 years.
High glove. What the fuck did I say? What the fuck did I say? And anyone can do it. Tyson Forster with that laser of a shot. Come on, one stop. One stop. One stop. One stop. Come on, Dan.
Tyson Forster. And the Canes go home.
Save Vladar, and the Flyers are going to the postseason for the first time in 6 fucking years. Let's go.
Philadelphia wins it in the end. And it's going to be a first-round date with the Pittsburgh Penguins coming up this.
Oh my God, Dan Vladar earned that one. Look at it. They're so happy.
What a special.
Fuck yes. What a rip. What did I say? Rip that fucking puck.
And they're heading to the
Pittsburgh, Battle of Pennsylvania. You know we're doing the watch parties, baby. They still got a game tomorrow. They can play a little more, you don't have to squeeze the sticks as tight.
And they were a factor tonight. And most of these guys, Bridge, have never experienced playoff hockey in Philadelphia. Man, are they in for a treat.
Oh, man, they got something coming, Tim. This city has a special place in their heart for the Philadelphia Flyers, and this team is going to feel it come playoff time. It is going to be electric.
Unfucking believable. What a save, too.
One more game, I'll tell you, but it's going to be hopping on Broad Street when the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Philadelphia Flyers are playing in the playoffs this year.
Dan Vladar's going around the ice, doing high fives with the off-ice crew. Anybody that he can find to celebrate with. As the
What a game. What a comeback. 3 straight goals, they win the shootout. Beautiful. Hey man, 2010. Eerily similar to 2010, except it's not the final game, it's the penultimate game of the season.
They needed to get this last victory and secure the playoff spot. How about MVP Dan Vladar? That's the worst kept secret in hockey. Dan Vladar is this MVP of this team.
I agree. 1,000%. A tremendous pickup. Danny, Briere, Keith Jones did the work in the offseason. They got players here. Zegras, a shining star. Michkov, not a bad sophomore slump year. Absolutely lighting it up on this run. Big players, you want to see big players? Well, they play in big games, and the biggest players for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Gotta be Bedard, right?
Some great performances on this run.
Well, Matvei Michkov was the second star of this game. He scored his 19th goal of the season. Tyson Foerster is the first star. We're waiting so Tyson can join us post-game. But what a moment. This has been so long in coming. Rebuilds are tough. They take a while to do them the right way. The Flyers were not promising anything this year, other than they wanted to play meaningful games at the end of the season. Man, they did that. One of the best teams since the Olympic break, and they conclude the greatest comeback. 8 points out of a playoff spot several weeks ago, and the Flyers are in the playoffs. Tyson Foerster, the man of the hour. He scores the winner in the shootout. Tyson, you got to talk about this atmosphere. You've not witnessed playoff hockey in Philadelphia. Man, what do you think?
Wow, I mean, this was incredible tonight, right from the jump. You know, we got down 2. They didn't stop cheering for us, so it's unbelievable. It's awesome to see.
Tyson, real quick, because we're going to get you in that dressing room. What is this team capable of in the playoffs? One of the best road teams in the league the second half of the season. Does that give you guys something to hang your head on?
I mean, we're so close. We love each other, and I mean, we're going to keep fighting until it's over. So let's fucking go.
Go celebrate, man. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Tyson Foerster.
Atta boy, Tice.
The only goal in the shootout. What a way to, God, make you wait and hold your breath all night long, into an overtime, into a shootout, into extra rounds in the shootout. Fridge, they got it done.
Yeah, they got it done, and it is, you know, I'm so happy for the team, but again,
we got a hot goalie, man.
happy for the city of
We
Philadelphia.
got a team that believes. It's just, hey, as much criticism as Hockey has gotten, sometimes rightfully so,
They showed them how to
got
play
them into the
hockey in
playoffs.
Philadelphia. And guess what? The whole league is happy. But the opponents that are facing the Flyers, we're going to muck some stuff up in playoffs. I'm telling you, we're going to upset some things. They're going to create some problems. This team is somebody that nobody wants to play. And you know what? It's because of the fan base and this group. They are pulling in all directions.
Congrats to Rick Tocchet and this Flyers team for the unlikely story that they've become in the second half. They're headed to the playoffs. Our final score tonight, the Flyers beat the Canes in the shootout 3-2. Stay tuned, our post-game show. Brian Smith, Jason Martinez, when we return on the Philadelphia
They had a
Flyers
pitiful
broadcast.
January, but they put it together after the Olympic break for sure. And they bring in Martone helped, and Michkov rediscovered some spark to his game, some buzz.
10 p.m. Sharks on XM2.
Battle of Pennsylvania, the first time since 2017-2018.
Blackhawks on Internet 925. LA Kings face the Nashville Predators at 10:30 p.m. Kings on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 932. Preds on Internet 935. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Monday, April the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
Former Buffalo Sabres head coach Don Granato was on the morning skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick for SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91, to talk about how different today's athletes are, as well as what it's been like to watch Austin Matthews grow.
It's really a switch in the last 10 years. First birth year I had at the national team program was 95 birth year. So it was JT Kopfer, Tyler Mott, that group. You have them for 2 years, so the next birth year coming in was the 97s, which was prolific. It was Austin Matthews and Matthew Tkachuk and McAvoy and Hanifin and Werenski. And I remember talking to the coaches back then that this birth year is way different than the 95
I'm gonna
birthday.
try and
In the
get this
summer,
video
I
downloaded.
picked up a book
forever.
titled The Anxious
Playback's not
Generation.
supported.
And I thought it was very well documented, and the author used the iPhone. And the iPhone came out in 2008 or 6, somewhere in that range. But social media didn't hit hard on the iPhone where you could rate a kid's looks if you're a high school student. And so
all right, guys, I'm gonna end.
other people on a social media
What a game!
app on the iPhone
And
was about
playoff hockey is here upon us. We have. What do we have? We have Habs Flyers tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a live stream for that, or we'll just do games. My week's gonna be jam packed this week at work, so we'll see what kind of mood I'm in. But what a game! That's just, and we're back to the playoffs. You know we're doing watch parties for that. No excuses now. We gotta lock in. Thanks for you all for watching. Shorter stream, no Cam tonight, but we will be back. If not tomorrow, then certainly for playoff hockey and for games later this week, probably, most likely. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next time. Broad Street, we're back.